Let's go here. Actually, if you look at Reader View, which was on page 5, I guess it is, Reader View, I do share with you how to have a page load automatically. It's on page 5. It's got that big red bubble on it. And specifically, I'm talking about this right here. That's right here. So I'm looking at the pages document as well as you. So a page will load automatically if it's told to. And how do you do it? Down here. I didn't want to share it, but it's in the document. You go up to your browser. You got to go to your browser. So I've got to be, this is Pages. I've got to go into Safari. Click on down here. I'll go to Safari. I'll go to Settings. I go to Websites. And here's the answer. Automatically use the reader on websites below. So as you can see right here, like I said, right here, Wikipedia automatically will go into reader mode if it's enabled. And we've seen a couple times now, Wikipedia is enabled to go into reader mode automatically. All right, that's it. It has to be enabled to do that. That was that topic right there. What was next? We did that, took a little picture of what you're looking at. We talked about that. This was a goodie. We just did that one. This was so easy. Moving icons on the menu bar. Here they are. Hold down that command key. Let's put the weather, holding down command to move it over. There it goes. One of the easiest things you could do. Another good one here for YouTube. Adjust the volume in smaller increments. Shift Option the volume. The volume is on the far top right of your keyboard. The far top right. Of course, if I try to do it right now, Shift Option, let's see, what will it do? There it goes. A little bit at a time. If I don't hold down those two function keys or optional keys, it goes big jumps. Big jumps lower, big jumps higher, holding down Shift Option, little jumps smaller, little jumps larger. No big deal. Nice to know, though. What's next? We did that. We weren't successful. This is what I pasted in there. I saved it in my notes program, and it does work. For some reason, it wasn't working here, even with the word Apple, the website Apple. And here's an example of when it did work. So I went to the apple.com website, or I should say Wikipedia. I did a search on Apple, and then it gave me a summary. So it did work this morning. Why it's not working now, I don't know. As you can see, my battery is low. All right, scrolling down. What's next? Tiling windows. In this article or this website, I saw you were able to do something with the command key and put a window in a particular area. I even called Apple this morning, and they are not correct. The video was wrong. Why he was able to do it, I don't know, but we won't worry about that. You know about the green button. You know if you hover, you have options to put a window somewhere. You know that. You know if you click on it, it makes it full screen. You knew that already. If you press the escape key on the keyboard or just go back and look for that little green button, it goes back to the way it was. And what I shared with you last week in the workshop was pretty cool. And I'm going to hide all these other windows. Pages, hide others. There you go. This was fun stuff I was working on here. This is the Apple News. It's an amazing $13 a month, folks. I strongly recommend if you like to read and you want to see a variety of magazines or what have you, Apple News Plus is a bargain at $13 a month. It ain't cheap. It's not expensive. It's worth it. Let me quit it. And let me just go back to Pages. Here we are. And we'll leave that one there. Going back to Windows, if you resize the window, I'll just close this here. Here we are. For some reason, this isn't cooperating, and that's okay. We'll go back to Pages. One of the neat things I discovered by accident, if you double tap on the edge of a window, double tap, it fills up going that direction. If you double tap this way, it fills up going that direction. If I make this window smaller here and double tap at the top, it fills up in that direction. That's kind of cool. It's really not documented here. You should know all these already. This is something we didn't really talk about, but another way to tile windows is to simply go up to Window, Move and Resize, and this is another way you can tile windows. Try them. It's not rocket science. It's right in front of you. Notice not everything has a shortcut key, which is kind of good because there's hundreds of these shortcut keys. It just ain't worth it, folks. There are ways around this, but right now we're just focusing on how to tile windows. This is another way to do it. And this was one of the last things we did, Finder Quick Look. If you go to Finder, and I'll move myself over there, go to Finder. When you click on a document, you can, of course, double click on it. It will open up Word. Or maybe I want to work only on Pages documents. We can learn about this some other time, what these are. I can just point to it. And if I press Enter, which is a reflex, that allows you to change a name. That's a reflex action. Pressing Enter, you think something's going to happen. Well, it did. It's waiting for you to rename it. Press the Escape key. If you press the space bar, watch what happens. Why did that appear? I don't know. Press the space bar. Oops, undo. There we go. Pressing the space bar opens up like a preview of what the document is. And if I go down to another document, it changes. So it's a great way to preview what you might want to open. This is the one we're working in right now. And that's it. It's the space bar. If you're done with it, just press the space bar again. No harm, no foul. Going back to Pages. That was pretty easy, and that's what this little illustration shows. You have the Finder window behind you, and by pressing the space bar, you get to see a preview. Press the space bar again, it closes. Open documents in tabs. This is pretty cool. This would be good for word processing, mainly Pages. I use it all the time. I also use it in the spreadsheet called Numbers. Here it is in Pages. Notice right now, the name of the document is 40 Tips and Tricks. Now, obviously, I don't have 40. That's what he called it, he being the gentleman who wrote this video, who created the video. When I create a document, here's a tab. We've seen tabs before, and I can open up another document. I was playing around earlier. These are called templates. So maybe I want to make a newsletter. Ella, you want to do something for your church. Well, you click on it, create it. It opens it up in a new tab. If I go to File, I go to Recent. Maybe I want to open up an article or a story I wrote back in 1975 when I drove cross country. I tap on it. It opens up in a new tab. It's easy to see what documents you have open when you're working in tab mode, okay? The document that I sent you tells you how to do it. Okay, I got a little picture here at the bottom. That's where you go to do it. And here's an example of what I've got going right now in my Pages document, or Pages program, excuse me. It's a great way to work. You're looking at multiple documents. I won't say at the same time, but just a click away. Because if you click on Window, you can see you have 3 documents open. And let's say you wanted to work in a document without having it in a tab, like this newsletter I'd be making. I do a right click, 2-finger click, move to a new window. It'll get out of the world of tabs. And there you go. So now this one window is right here. So you got one window here, and where'd the other one go? Well, you simply have to go here and go get it. Or what you could do is go Window, bring Alt to, which is it? Merge all windows. That's the one. When you say merge all windows, it makes this window that's all by itself, it makes it a tab. There they are. They're all together now. Sounds like a song all together. That's a Beatles song, wasn't it? Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we've completed the Pages portion of everything I wanted to share with you. That's it. That was a lot. And me talking for the past few minutes was a lot as well. There's a lot to know. You got to make a project, as I did. This Pages document. I learned so much about Pages, and you need to maybe do the same thing. Find something you can work on, learn by watching those YouTube videos from Gary, and we'll see you hopefully on Friday. Have a great rainy day. Until then, I am now stopping the recording.